Good morning, citizens of the realm. So, where's the camera at today? It's on that side, isn't it? So, what I want to quickly talk about is what's going on in the world today. Um, we're in what I would call the Great Sift. Okay, we're in there's two things going on at the minute. We're in the Great Sift, or the sorting, the wheat from the chaff, and we're in the process of the minor revelations. So, what we're seeing happen in society's split. And it's not splitting that way, it's actually splitting that way, the highway to hell and the highway to heaven. It's going to be the choices. Let's just take it from 2020. The choices that people have been asked to make have got wider and wider apart. You go from 2020, it's do you get locked in your home or do you not get locked in your home? Forced vaccinations, non-forced vaccinations, and then you're looking at abortions up to birth, abortions are up to birth. Do we just kill off the sick and the elderly? Do we not kill off the sick and the elderly? And now you're getting into, do we just assassinate people we don't like? Do we not assassinate people we don't like? And essentially what's happening is people are being forced to choose. They're being forced to choose where they want to go in the future. Your actions and what you choose will ultimately dictate your destination. If you choose to have a subhuman conduct, then you will go to subhuman realms. It's that simple. And you look at what the goal of Marxism was to render humanity unworthy of salvation. Now, this might not be in Das Kapital, and this is why Marx took such a long time to write his books, apart from the fact that he was just phenomenally lazy. He had personal views, which if you go through his poetry and his letters, you can see he wanted to destroy humanity. He dreamed about it. That's what he wanted. And it took him a long time to weave that psychology of destruction into something that would pass as not being destructive, as they could dupe people into choosing their own destruction. And that's essentially what Marxism is. It is the destruction and the rendering of unworthy of salvation of humanity. And that's what's happening. People are being asked to choose between the humane and the inhumane. They're being asked to choose between making themselves unworthy of salvation. So in one sense, yes, there are certain things we just should not tolerate, but and there are certain people who are too far gone, they're not coming back. They're literally like incarnate demons at this point. But there are a lot of people who still can be snapped out of this, because I've always said it's not a question of if we win, it's a question of when we win and how many will make it through. And I think that still stands very, very true. And then we have the great period of minor revelation. So that's the great sifting, the sorting of the wheat from the chaff. This is the period of minor revelation before the period of the greater revelation, or the lesser revelation versus the greater revelation, or minor versus major. The minor revelations is going to be things to do with personal human conduct, people in positions of power and their personal conduct. The great revelations, they're going to be the huge things, the revealing of spiritual narratives, the revealing of civilizational narratives, the revealing of political narratives. This will be enormous. This will like shake humanity to its foundations and alter it in a very, very good and profound way. I mean, this is all in the book of Revelation. And we are in the period of minor revelations now, where a lot of the dirt is being pushed to the surface and the filth. And you're going to see that this person's corrupt, that person's corrupt, this person's into this, that person's into that. And you'll see it echoed in your personal lives again, which is another reason why I made the video on morality, because we're not going to be able to hide these things. They will just naturally all come out. Everything will just break loose and come to the surface as the mechanisms of the old get broken down. Because this is spiritual as well. You know, there are literally spiritual things that hold everything together. So we're in this period of the minor revelations where we will see, you know, who is behind what, right? What this, you know, like Macron might come out as being a degenerate person who engages in homosexual orgies with African migrants. I think we all think that's probably true. He's already been caught taking cocaine on a train with Starmer and Schultz, I believe it was. You know, all of these things will start pushing to the surface. Keir Starmer's probably going to get outed as some sort of strange, weird bisexual guy. There's going to be a lot of that come to the top. We will see more and more and more. both the good and the bad. People's good intentions will be that they've tried to keep hidden because they don't want the attention or they don't want to be braggadocious. They will come out too. So this is the period of minor revelations, and it's the period of the sorting. So get your house in order. That's what I would suggest. And always be willing to allow room for somebody on the left to change their mind. We don't have to hammer everybody into the ground. Not everyone is a nail. Some of them, we just got to draw lines and go, nah, you're not getting past until you actually change as a human being or become a human being, because your conduct is below that of a human being. But other people, they just need facts and information and actually a little bit of kindness. They just, yeah, because the more you push against them, the more they're going to bury themselves in. It doesn't mean we tolerate anything. It doesn't mean we accept them saying that Charlie Kirk should be murdered. That's disgusting, actually. Absolutely disgusting. If it was Jimmy Kimmel or something, I'd still say it was disgusting. It's just, yeah, it's just, oh God, it's horrible. It's demonic. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Let's give people a chance to come over to our side if they're willing. It doesn't mean that we erase our lines that we've drawn. And just watch for more revelations and make sure that you're not one of them. Have a good day.